Hello and welcome to day 6 of the Australian Men's and Mixed Netball Championships. Here it's a Friday, it's semi-final day, and today we have the under-23s knockout semi-final between South Australia and Queensland. My name is Stephen Kerr. With me is Lockie Spiro.
G'day, Spiro. Very close. We had a trial run before.
We did. I did not do a good job of that. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
What are you looking forward to in this game?
Oh man, I know they've come up against each other throughout the last game that was on Court 1. That was 2 days ago. South Australia got on top. And I know these teams go through and play each other twice throughout the rounds. And I'm just going to have a look through the previous results.
Yeah, it's one each. South Australia got the first one up on them, and Queensland came back in the second one. I think Queensland 23 has got off to a bit of a nervous start this week, and they've really found some form in the back end. But South Australia, definitely no slouch of a team. They're very, very strong. No,
so I mean, I think it's good that going into this, it's 1-1, so it's sort of level pegging. No one can really, even if you're a neutral spectator, no one's really picking who's going to win this one, to be honest, just asking around and seeing what's going to happen. But geez, we're in for a cracker. I'm excited. The teams are taking the court now, and I'll take you through the lineup. So in goal shooter for South Australia is Ben Ryan. Goal attack is Arlen Davis. Wing attack is Jack Hopkins. Centre is Saxon Hay. Wing defence, Chad Nelson. Goal defence, Jacob Searle. Goalkeeper, Ethan Ashworth. Goal shooter for the Queensland Suns is Maya Thompson. Goal attack, Kalize Peo. Wing attack, Bailey Jordan. Centre, Ezra Tiatia. Wing defence, Ruben Price. Goal defence, Jake Didlick. And goalkeeper, Leighton Johnston. And as that's happened, the game is underway.
Queensland get the first goal off the first centre pass. A nice, steady start for Queensland. Long court transition from South Australia. Nice, pretty play.
Almost a bit of a head game. Who can get the first turnover here? Who can break the centre pass?
Queensland put in a nice little box at the top.
And there it is.
Works, they get the turnover. It's interesting to see Johnson back at goalkeeper. I haven't seen him play there much this week. He's been more of a goal defence, wing defence. But for me, a very outstanding player for the Queensland Suns this week. He's really improved over the week and has been a nice, steady defender.
And is he? Is this his first nationals, or has he played a few?
This is his nationals. First one, yes.
Wow, lovely feed into the circle. And that was to Kalize Peo.
Great start for
that
Queensland.
That man has hops.
Yeah, Peo was also on the target list for the open men's team for Queensland Suns.
Okay.
In the 23s, most of these boys here are actually at 20 and under. We've deliberately selected a young side to develop them, so there's a lot of potential here for us.
And that's so incredible. I mean, the fact that they're not as a development squad, but they're developing still and so young, and they're here in a prelim final, an elimination final at the Men's and Mixed Netball Championships, and they're up 3-0.
3-0, good start from an inexperienced side. South Australia need to respond.
Really looking to respond, and Queensland finishing second, South Australia finishing third. Bit of a fumble, could have been footwork there, but Hopkins has controlled it well. Saxon Hay hitting the top of the circle to Arlen Davis for the first shot of the night.
Comes up short.
Queensland. That'll be contacting Queensland ball, so the first few minutes has been all Queensland in this.
Queensland off to a confident start. They can't let them back in it. South Australia now doing a nice one-on-one defence.
And just so much space to drive through for the wing attack in Bailey Jordan there.
Been impressed with the wing defence, Nelson, as well, from South Australia. He's got nice long arms and does a lot of damage in the back end. If you're looking South Australia, be looking for him to pick up some ball.
Absolutely, and he's one of the younger players as well. I think around about 19 to 20. So one of the younger players, if there was an under-20 team, could have slotted into that quite easily, but developed so well over the last 2 to 3 years out at the men's competition.
Bright
good pocket drive, picked up by Saxon Hay. It's clean, it's still in.
Well done. Queensland stopped looking, looked at that. South Australia scrambled for it and made
just
it
stuck.
work.
No one driving towards him. No one driving towards Chad Nelson.
Oh.
That pass a little bit too late. Still wasn't picked up.
South Australia going up the sideline. They need to swing it to give themselves some options. They find the pocket ball. Again, just a little bit much on the pass. Probably a bit of nerves, hey, for South Australia.
Words right out of my mouth. It's just very, very nervy start. And I think controlling this game will probably be a bit neck and neck now that, well, South Australia still haven't got their first goal, but just looking so nervy. Just late to contests. Passes look rushed. Nothing controlled out all from the South Australian end, and that's not taking away from the Queensland as well. The start's been
a while since we've played netball. It's been a couple of years, right? So some of these teams have probably haven't played finals for a while. Some of these boys have been lucky. We've had State of Origin netball in Queensland, so these boys have been exposed to that. South Australia probably been a couple of years since they've played finals netball.
Exactly right, and the
Johnson again.
Clean from Leighton Johnston.
He's off to a great start. What I really like about him, he just plays percentage netball. He gets his hands in there. He's not trying to do too much, and he really sets it up for his other teammates. So impressive start.
Jeez, he's been a linchpin just this first couple minutes.
As a Queenslander,
Forced
I'm very happy.
forced a couple turnovers at 6-0. Already changes happening in the South Australian end. So goal attack, starting goal shooter was Ben Ryan. He's come up into goal attack. Goal shooter will be Arlen Davis.
Davis comes on. South Australia looking to rejig to find something fresh in the attacking end.
And from your man who's been doing so much damage early, Leighton Johnston, they're looking to change something up on him because it's just quite clearly not working. 7-zip.
One of the things I've noticed, though, with the 23 and under division, because they're quite so young, anything's possible. Any lead's been brought back. Queensland recently against ACT had an 11-goal lead, only won by 2. So
yeah. And another held ball.
Queensland are up and about. They want this game.
This defensive pressure is immense. Some of the best. Lovely steal from Arlen Davis.
Let off for Queensland there. Cross-court ball picked off by Davis.
And the contact will be is that on the outside?
Inside. It's a penalty pass or shot. Johnson out of play for the first time. South Australia need to settle here. What are their options? They have a posting shooter. Do they go over the top or they go, yep, they do. Nice safe option.
Nice safe option. Underneath the ring, Ben Ryan doesn't usually miss those, and he'll put the first one on for South Australia. So very nervy the first 4 minutes. Queensland holding them scoreless and putting on 7 themselves, 7-1.
I think it was important for Queensland to get a good start, though, because South Australia had the home crowd here, and that's almost like an 8th person. You don't want to bring them into it. You want to keep them silent.
Absolutely. And speaking of 8th people, the whole tournament, this whole week, I don't know who it is that has the cowbell, but they've been so prominent.
That's a Queenslander. Yeah, that's us.
I've heard it the whole week.
You're welcome.
And Jay Newchurch, the captain, is coming on. I was a bit worried about Jay. That'll be called for footwork.
I think it was a hand in there again from Queensland. Bit of a low release pass. The ball needs to be above the head to clear the hands, I thought. But Queensland looking nice and composed for this young side. Sometimes this is very easy to get a lapse in concentration when you get a lead up. P.O.
What a take.
What an athlete. Pulls it in, pulls the trigger. Queensland is 9-1.
9-1.
Silence the crowd, not the cowbell.
And then not the cowbell. And I'll be honest, this is my old team, the under-23s team, the team that I've trained with for the last 2.5 years. But this is not the team that I'm used to seeing. This first 6-7 minutes is...
Queensland have been building. They didn't get a good start to the tournament, and they really have built into this final series.
Jeez.
South Australia in all disarray there. They're throwing cross-court balls. They looked bamboozled. It just requires a nice, steady play, doesn't it?
Yeah,
just to settle.
And just not really cherishing the ball, which I think is exactly what Queensland are doing. Rewarding Johnston, who's actually taking the good take from Jacob Searle, front position in front of P.O., but just not actually cherishing the ball as much. And again, that's credit to the press that looks like is on for the Queensland defenders.
Ezra Tiatia, another superstar in the making for Queensland. He's an extraordinary athlete. Got one of the biggest vertical jumps in our squad, so watch out for that. Let's see what Queensland do. Nice, sensible pass to the shooter.
And it's double digits. We're only 7 minutes into this first quarter. It's 11 Queensland Suns to 1 Southern Dragons.
What would you say to the South Australians with the coach right about now? What they need to do?
There's not, even if the first drive's getting cut off way too early, second phases are almost non-existent at all. Just out of reach for Ethan Ashworth, the co-captain. Good rebound from Jacob Searle, but the second phase isn't on. And it's just looking really stagnant for the midcourt as we see another touch and another...
Queensland are throwing themselves at it. They look a bit spooked, don't they?
Yeah.
I think just nice, simple triangles.
This is, as a South Australian supporter, honestly speaking, obviously I'm going to commentate this and be completely non-biased, but this is painful to watch if you're a South Australian supporter. 11-1, such a slow start. And looking to make a grand final, which I don't think a South Australian team has done for the last... I couldn't tell you how many years.
2 years, yeah. And
plenty of years.
Finals experience is really, really important, and this is hence why we're putting these boys early into this grade. We want them when they go into Open Men's ready to play finals, and it's a good breeding ground for them.
Absolutely.
I don't think you'd count South Australia out of it yet. They looked a bit rattled, but there's still a long way to go on this game. And
again, yeah, not out of this game. It's a 11 goal difference at the moment. We have 6 minutes 45 to go. Lovely touch.
Ezra
Tia.
Tia with his vertical jump is sensational. Look at him. He's up and about today. Sometimes he's a bit casual about his netball approach. He's such a great athlete and it's so easy for him. He doesn't often put the work in, but he's insane and he looks up and about ready to play today.
This coverage, this defensive circle, both of them working as such a tight unit is so incredibly hard to get it inside the centre circle.
Smothering, aren't they?
Ben Ryan has gone in, so he's still in goal attack and we'll take it to 12-2, so still in double digits in favour of Wow.
PO pulls the ball in again, another incredible athlete. It's going to be the PO Ezra show. I think if I was South Australia, just need some simple triangles at the top of the circle and to work with each other. At the moment, they're working as individuals, isolated. Queensland's isolating them. They need to come together and actually set some screens or work together. That's all that's required. It's actually quite simple, but it's hard when you're smothered, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Get the simple stuff right. It's so easy to get inside your own head, especially when you're in an elimination final. All those things start to go inside your head. You make one turnover, which turns into 2 and 3, and you get inside your own head and you start to just to not get the basics right. As it's 13-3, a 10-goal lead to Queensland Suns.
13-3, yes. But I think, so if they get some turnovers, that might spark them a little bit.
And it can almost at this stage, when you've been practicing for 2.5 years or so, all the things that your coach has said to you, that'll be South Australian ball. Okay.
Here's one. Here's the option for them now. This is one of the first turnovers they've had. Again, the
leading away
pass was not there.
Leading away from the ball. But all the things that, again, it's so easy to get inside your own head is that all the things your coach has said to you over the last 2.5 years and all the things you've trained to do, it just feels like it's all gone out the window and you're just running around like a headless chook, which is a bit how South Australia have pulled it back a little bit now. Started almost goal for goal the last couple minutes now, but still an 11-goal lead.
They're looking much more settled now. Again, they're all on the same side of the court. I'd like to see some more width in their play to open up those angles for them. But they're finding a way now, which is really good.
Lovely coverage.
Nice circle edge feed into the shooter. Makes good. 14 plays 4.
Jake Didlick hasn't had many touches, but his work inside the circle's been...
Another impressive defender. Does a really true goal defence. Does a lot of body work and sets it up for the players around him.
Yeah. Well done. They're just making it look way too easy. There's coming up the other side of the court. Again, 15-4. Still that 11-goal margin that Queensland are hanging on to. Lovely touch.
Lovely touch.
And that was by Bailey Jordan.
Great hustle. Again.
Well done from Jay Newchurch.
Yes, that was what they needed. They need someone to do that. They now need someone to follow up with the scrap balls.
It's those 50-50 contests which are so crucial as well, and that's exactly what Queensland are getting up on top of about. As it's moved out to 12.
Mia Thompson is dominating that shell shooter position, getting a front position. The goalkeeper needs to get in front of him to put the ball up, but he's been quite smart about his play. Now bringing some versatility in to open it up. Again, we're all on the same side of the court. Also, both ends mirroring each other.
They are, and his body work. So his body works to start the game. Mia Thompson has been incredible, and that'll be called for at the top of the circle. I think it's contact on Jacob Searle, goal defender.
Great pass, quick release. 17 goals in a quarter for an under 23s is pretty impressive.
With 3 minutes 15 to go as well. So this could really, really blow out unless South Australia don't stop the bleeding early.
That's a perfect example. The shooter was free under the post, but they weren't looking down the court. Just that hesitation.
And I think because Leighton Johnson's had so many touches so early, they're starting to second guess that. And again, it becomes a bit of a head game because he's had so many touches. They don't want to give that up because he's had 2, 3, 4 turnovers already. Well, forced turnovers already. Lovely touch from Jacob Searle.
Oh,
just lost his footing.
Yeah,
unlucky. Was
playbook out of mine, offside. That's what I normally do.
One of your specialties?
One of my specialties, offside or contact. Queensland looking to settle. Again, Thompson's got front position. He's really owning that. Makes good. Vincent Cook now comes on to Queensland as a goalkeeper. Give Johnson a rest, well-deserved rest. Again, Ruben Price, again, probably not a lot that's been said about Ruben Price at wing defence with Queensland, but a very underrated player. Does his job so well. Won't be the flashy guy, but he would always be there backing up, supporting his teammate.
Just getting the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not all about the class. You just have to actually, again, just grind and to just get the job done. And sometimes some things aren't picked up as much as a defender if you're not getting the touches, but if you're grinding them down and forcing high balls and
Yeah.
It doesn't get as noticed.
It doesn't, but over 4 quarters, that breaks dividends, you know?
Yeah, exactly right. So it's 18-6, a minute and 50 to go. Queensland Suns controlling this game here and throughout. Again, well, it's only the first quarter so far, but...
They haven't stopped off the intensity, Queensland, have they? Even though they got the lead, they're looking really certain about what ball, who's coming for the ball and whose option it is.
As a goalkeeper and goal shooter, just fighting, just niggling for position.
Yeah.
But coming up first and
Smart play by Mia Thompson. All that space behind him, he knew that was where the ball was going to go. As a goalkeeper, you can't let the shooter set up on you. You've got to keep moving and adjusting the position.
The swing ball's on.
Yes.
Lovely front cut from Arlen Davis.
That's better from South Australia. That swing ball opened it up for them again. They've been very narrow on their passages of play, haven't they?
So well done from Saxon Hay to open up the court. Again, it's been a little bit one-dimensional, just staying into the one channel, looking like it's just staying in one channel of the court. But well done from Saxon Hay to open it up a bit.
Holding it up here. South Australia got some couple of balls here when they forced Queensland to go long. Queensland worked their way through the mess. Pio steps on, gives himself no option.
Big contact outside the circle on Saxon Hay.
Mia finds the space behind the goalkeeper again. It's a great ball. 30 seconds to go, 20-7 on the clock. Still a bit more in it. Let's see if South Australia can capitalise. They really have settled now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Again, that cross-court ball opens it up. That's what they need. If I was coaching Queensland, I'd be asking them to look for that.
The Queensland fans like that one too. 15 seconds to go.
Diddley's making sure his presence known. Great shot.
Arlen Davis finishes with 10 seconds to go and with a Queensland centre pass.
They've got 6 on the clock. Do they have a set play? They go behind. They need to go in long. Mia takes it.
So strong through his core. If he finished that, you would have heard an almighty roar. An almighty roar from the Queensland fans who are to our right and to the screen right. But, geez, did you see that quarter turning out the way it did? I know that obviously finishing second and third, you wouldn't think there'd be much in it, but the first 3 to 4 minutes really set the tone for the whole quarter.
Yeah, I think the intensity and the intent from Queensland came out really, really clear. It sort of rattled South Australia, and it's always difficult to recover. Still a long way to go in this game, though, but you couldn't have asked for a better start, really.
Especially if you're a Queenslander. And look, the question that I asked in the last game that I commentated, the question on everyone's tongue, when you put your shoes on, is it sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, sock, shoe?
Sock, shoe, definitely.
Yep.
Everyone knows that.
Really?
Yeah.
Sock, sock, shoe, shoe.
Yep.
Anyway, we're going to a small break for quarter time.
Thank you.
Thanking our weekly sponsor, Harrison's Kitchens. Looking for a new kitchen, a fresco kitchen, or a custom joinery item? Harrison's Kitchens and Cabinets are celebrating 20 years this year. 20 years of supplying and installing true custom joinery with you in mind. Kitchens and joinery. All budgets, many material options with many special rates for the South Australian netball community. Look them up on Facebook, Instagram, or search up www.harrisonkitchens.com.au.
Welcome back. Quarter time. Coaches are having their final discussions with the players before they go out on court. How do you see the first quarter?
I was just about to say that you're still rattled by me asking sock, sock, shoe, shoe, sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
You just rattled I got the right answer. So.
Second quarter, look, I mean, the nerves that it shouldn't take, that I'm going to be pretty harsh. It shouldn't take that long it shouldn't take 5 minutes to ease into a quarter. I think by the time that South Australia started to get it back on level pegging, it was already 7-8 goals of difference. So these first few minutes and seeing if they can get a few touches early and just converting from, well, seeing if we can get, turnovers and just converting from turnovers.
Yeah, capitalise on it. I think
exactly.
Usually you say as a coach in these situations, scores a 0, start again, it's a new start, new quarter. You've got to come out firing. So they've got the first opportunity to score, so I think it's important that they make good of it.
Certainly right. And again, such an important part. Arlen Davis is just
great pass.
Just slowly backing in, feed over to Ben Ryan. So they're staying with so not the starting 7, how they started. So goal shooter is not your traditional goal shooter. He'll be a moving shooter. Goal attack is Ben Ryan, so the taller boy, and he'll be coming out to try and get, I think maybe to just try and put some hands over the ball as well. But
yeah,
there are
nice
a few changes coming for this Queensland lineup.
Just having a look.
Lovely reads.
Finishing the way they started. No, the end of the first quarter. This Queensland team will have, all during the week, there's been a lot of changes. A lot of players playing different positions. A lot of shooters play defence, a lot of defence play shooters, so anything's possible.
Yeah.
So,
and it looks like they've got quite a bit of depth on their bench as Jack Morton's come on to wing attack. I think for his first time for the game. Some nice bright blue shoes. Again, the goal defence and goalkeeper, the circle defenders for Queensland proving to be too much of a contest. Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
menacing at the moment.
Menacing,
really that's the word. There we go. Ruben creates something out of nothing, but just is out of court.
Unlucky. Jeez, he got up there.
He got up for it. Ezra's looking, standing back in the edge of the circle. He's hunting. He's waiting for an opportunity. Queensland cut in front of him. South Australia do a short cut and pace in front of him.
And shooting's been off to start this quarter. Luckily, Ben Ryan's cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, Queensland probably putting a little bit of effort into the shot. They should be there posting for the rebounds.
And there it is. So the first 2 goals for South Australia and another centre pass. So back to 10 goals the margin, 20-10.
Hesitation's gone now, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. And I think Leighton Johnson was, well, not just Leighton Johnson, but Jake Didlick was playing such a ridiculously important role and making them second-guess those passes. As you said, there was one that was open early, later in the first quarter where they were open, but they just second-guessed it when it was quite an easy pass. But
Queensland now it's turn to settle. Even though they're up by 9 goals here, South Australia got the jump on the first one.
Lovely base cart.
Pio puts his foot down, burns the defender, showed him what he's made of. Incredible player.
Change of direction was incredible there, cutting off the baseline.
Yeah, that was an important goal for Queensland. We can't let the South Australians get a run. Otherwise, they get them back in the game. They'll be dangerous. They're a dangerous side.
Yeah, they definitely can capitalise. But Arlen Davis has gone 0 from 3 to start this quarter, and those sorts of things can. Let's just hope that he can capitalise. But
so it happens when you get behind like that. One of those shots becomes all important. South Australia.
Lovely turnover from Jacob Searle.
A great job.
Ooh. Forced pass, yeah. Again, coverage through. Yeah. Just coverage through the. I'm not looking entirely close. I'll look over the next couple of plays, but it looks like a press that's being put on by the Queensland Suns, and South Australia just not really engaging in the body and trying to roll off the body to just working through space and looking like they're running around like a headless
Nothing
chook.
definite coming through. They need something up the middle and somebody to roll off the body.
Yep.
They fell for the trap.
Definitely fallen for the trap, and a lot of the goal attacks having to come quite high to help them just get the ball through that. As are we okay? Just a shoelace. Okay, good. Heart was in my mouth for a second there. So was Steve's.
Yeah, well, unless your leg falls off, keep playing.
Exactly right. Good touch from Saxon. Hey, yeah, you've trained for 2.5 years. All those little niggling injuries, you just sort of try and work through.
Mia makes good. He's coming really accurate shots this tournament, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
Sort of delivered.
Is that his tradition? So he's always a goal shooter, or has he played anywhere else?
No, generally a goal shooter. Very accurate shooter, very crafty little player. Played against him a couple of times and he's burnt me. So
almost looks very non-assuming.
He does.
Looks like he's got a little bit of a strut about him. Goes about his business.
Doesn't, because he hasn't got the height
of
of the normal goal shooter, but he knows how to position his body very well.
Yeah.
And he knows how to hold for the back pass.
He's just so strong. He's keeping turnover forced by Chad Nelson there, but no one coming forward. But
Yeah, Nelson gets his hands in.
Hitting circle edge is Saxon Hay. That pass never really looked on.
Vincent's in the back of the goal attack there, so they get a penalty, free pass inside.
Ben Ryan converts. And we'll be back to 10. So we've just gone over 10 minutes, so 5 minutes gone in this second quarter. South Australia looking to chip away at this lead. Ben Ryan not set. Just
Right
lack of
idea.
communication. Yeah, it
right
was.
idea, but it's just a bit frantic. I think sometimes you want to play with speed, and that was rush, and there's a little bit of a difference there.
There's a difference, yeah, exactly. There's a difference between playing with speed and rushing the ball. Like if you, he's done well. Unfortunately, South Australia in the right position in Saxon Hay. Jay Newchurch was ignored there. He hit the circle quite hard, but it's ignored. Jacob Searle will take the throw in.
So Searle's got his hands to a couple of balls for South Australia, so he's come on well. Like to see a bit of give and go here.
Coverage up the court. Every ball is contested from these Queensland Suns defenders.
Yeah, they're hustling a bit too much, but that wasn't required. But Johnson's back on.
Johnson's back on.
See what he can do. Great shot, great technique on that shot too. Nice and steady and flat on the shot. A nice flick of the wrist. Brings it within 9. It's Queensland centre pass now. Pio makes his way through. Queensland up the guts. Swing it wide, and then another one. Pio again finds his base.
Wow.
Insane.
Wow.
You can see why.
Wow. Wow.
You can see why he was wanted for the open men's team, right?
Jeez.
He's the star of the future.
That was so pretty from pass to pass, and it was just a very simple netball. I was watching all the way up the court. Players behind the ball were just ready, just 2 phases earlier, and yeah, just very pretty netball from the Queensland Suns. Very hard to compete with at the moment.
I'm watching the coach here, Tammy Holcroft. She's leaning forward, yelling at the boys. She still wants more from them. She knows that this can turn at any moment.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely right. And it's been a bit neck and neck to start this game. As it's back to 9 goals, 24 to 15. It's
a golf goal.
Yeah, exactly. Chad Nelson almost could have had a crack at that. It was a bit of a 50-50 fall. Ooh.
Mate, that was
Very classy from Pio.
Yeah. Great work, great work.
Good positioning for me for Nashworth. One of those 50-50 balls, and the ones that they'll be looking to win all the way up the court, you really have to reward it now.
Yeah.
Really, really have to reward it. But just looking stuck on this transverse line.
They need somebody up the middle. There it is.
That's coming through Jay Newchurch.
Nice give and go.
Co-captain. Contact inside, and
the speedy release now into the goal attack under the post is much quicker. Before was a bit hesitant. Queensland's having a go at it.
As it's back to 8.
Back to 8. Here they come. Queensland. See what they can do, see if South Australia can settle.
It's still not looking overly settled out there. Queensland is still looking the more composed team.
Yeah, it's a bit more laboured, isn't it, for South Australia?
Yeah, it's just almost a bit of a dogfight. They're just having to grit and to do the hard yards like a junkyard dog to try and get into this game. But, I mean, it's working. They're chipping away at the lead slowly but surely. I think that's probably one of the things that that Coach Kirsty Leonard Downs is saying to them is just chip away at it. There's no rush.
There's nothing worse than being a side being up by 10 goals, and the other team just chip away, and all of a sudden the final quarter, you're level. You're like, how did that happen? Exactly right. And the pressure and the momentum turns.
That's not a bad feed in, but front position was goal shooter. South Australia crowd not happy with that, but
goalkeeper had front position, but I'm not sure if Mia got his hands first. I couldn't actually see 50-50.
But look. The umpires are wow. Oh, good touch.
Good touch.
Lovely touch. And who was that getting the touch there? That was Kyle Vincent Cook.
Got the touch. Again, who would be an umpire? I've been sitting up here telling them what they do right and wrong the whole time. So
I've had to stop myself a few times throughout the games of the tournament where a call's happened. I'll say, oh, I'm not sure if that was the call. But then again, I realised that, they're the ones that are doing this for,
Yeah, they're the professionals.
They're the professionals.
What do I know? I'm not even a commentator. So
I mean, we're both very, 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 we're not even part-time. We're casual. We're casual commentators.
We're casual netball hacks. So
26-17 with 5:45 to go in this second quarter. So South Australia have done well to steady it down slightly. There's still a few things that need tidying up, but Queensland just looking the more composed team.
Again, nice
hitting the circle well.
South Australia did a really good job then. They forced Queensland to make a couple of extra passes. Queensland find the open gap, but again, making them work much harder than they did in the first quarter.
As it's back out to 10. lovely take from Chad Nelson, that really, really long extension that he has. Forward options are being covered. Little bit late. A little bit of a late contest from Kyle Vincent Cook.
That's better. It's better release.
Oh, I thought he was up. I thought he was clean. Was that on? Yeah, it is on Vincent Cook.
Penalty pass, a shot under the post. Mate's good.
And Johnston is our goalkeeper for the moment. No, he's our goal defender at the moment. So Vincent Cook coming off for Didlick with our new rolling subs that have been introduced in the 2022 AMMNA Championships.
You're welcome.
Did you say you're welcome?
Yeah, well, something that Queensland had put forward through to as a recommendation. Got the other states' support on it, but something I think is really important variation of our game.
So yeah, it's been in this tournament exactly like there's no. Yeah, it's such a pain when you had to actually call time and get off the court if you are actually injured and you don't know if somebody's actually injured. So
it allows the bench the opportunity. Yeah, I always take credit for some things and not the bad things I do. So. So we'll leave there. But I think even I was speaking to our head physio today, and the amount of injuries and stuff that have come through have been much less. I think rolling subs has something to do with that. It allows to take the load off those players.
Absolutely. As that was a lightning fast ball that came in from Bailey Jordan.
Still 10 in it, so it's really goal for goal. So South Australia have been kicking themselves in that start. Otherwise, they've really stayed with it. Ooh, I was going to say a step first probably, but...
Step first, held ball, take your pick.
All of them, yep. It's a trifecta.
And I've just had a message from one of the mothers from the under-17 South Australian Southern Dragons team who have made the grand final tomorrow. First time that a South Australian team's made a grand final in, again, quite a long time. Incredible. But Lynn, that is you watching and that is me commentating.
We're sorry.
We're sorry in advance.
In advance, we apologise. Yeah, so I watched that South Australian 17s game against the WA, and they did a really good job to come over the top. It's good to see South Australia in finals. They've been working hard.
It's exciting. It's so exciting. And I was lucky enough to 4 or 5 years ago when a lot of those boys came out to Ben Lyon. Oh, he's just not got his... I felt something vibrate. I don't know if that was Didlick hitting the floor or what it was, but...
Oh, was that over a third? I don't know. Again, I'm not going to be an umpire.
Ooh.
Oh, great
on
take.
The post, out of bounds. What one is it?
Did everything right there. Unfortunately, it was just the positioning on the court.
So unlucky.
P.O. take the throw in. Mia, great timing, just pops forward at the right moment.
Just too quick. Ethan Ashworth just got caught behind his eyes. But yeah, the under-17 South Australian team. I think this team is new. Yeah, definitely new to nationals. But they, I was lucky enough to coach them starting from our junior academy. Good direction from Bailey Jordan. They're really, really good direction. I don't know if you could see that on your screen. Bailey Jordan pointing behind his head and saying, have a look behind me, have a look behind me, because...
That person's free.
That person's free.
Good job. Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of the 17s of South Australia's, and I think it was a Freddie Taylor.
Freddie.
I was really impressed with him.
Little gun with the go-go gadget arms.
Did a really good job.
Absolutely, yeah. So Freddie Taylor, yeah, there's a lot of them that come through our junior academy and have really proven to... again, play at this level. There's some of them that are about 14 to 15, and you'll see them on the court, and they're really quite small, but... yeah, really exciting from a South Australian perspective, not just for those boys, but for South Australian netball in general.
South Australia putting a lot more pressure on now. They're getting their hands to the ball. They're just not coming off with it. Still 9 in it. So Queensland 31, South Australia 21. They can't seem to break this 10-goal margin, can they?
No, it's sort of they'll get it and then give away the next centre pass as it's contact on...
Finally gets one. There's been a few unlucky calls down there for them, and they make it work on that one.
So the minute to go in the second quarter, 11 in it, 31-20. Jay Newchurch with his lovely change of direction, as if you watch him closely, he'll be doing all game. He'll give you everything. And I can tell you from training and playing with him that he's extremely sore. And his body is almost as broken as mine, I reckon. But he's somehow managed to get through and play nationals. There's 45 seconds to go.
He's quite speedy little player, isn't he? He's doing a lot of cut and drives, opening up the top of the circle for South Australia. Queensland drops the shoulder, so he couldn't get through. He gets pulled for it. Can he sink this one? He does.
He does. So back to 10, 30 seconds to go. South Australian centre pass. They'll really be looking to capitalise here and to bring this under 10 going into the second half. Nothing.
Johnson coming out looking for the intercept, but South Australia go back the opposite way. Cuts forward. So,
Oh, is that clean?
oh, did leak again. Being menacing, even if it's not clean, they're just making sure you know you're there, right?
Jeez, and there's quite a bit of size difference. And oh my goodness, I thought that was clean from here. But again, would be commentator as well, but would be umpire.
9 seconds on the clock. Let's see. Queensland's got a set play here. Should be Pio in the back pocket. He's got the speed. Casual take from Tamia Thompson. The first time he's made a mistake this game. Within 8 now.
So 31-22. So South Australia have not quite broken through, but they've at some points chipped away at it, sometimes let it go. He got out to 12 at one point and then came back to 8, but Queensland still, in my opinion, in control of this game, looking the more composed team.
Yeah, South Australia definitely threw a bit more at them, and they got a lot more hands to the ball this time and treasured it. So half-time, we'll be back a little break and see you shortly.
See you shortly.
In sport, there are the elite, the ones who give their all for a place at the top. They are the ones who rise to the occasion.
The 2019 Men's Open Australian Championships.
This is exactly what we wanted, putting men's netball on the map.
There's so many people that have come before us, there are so many people that are going to come after us, but we're part of that foundation, you know, we're building it to be whatever it becomes.
You have to put your heart on the line, and you have to be a team person first.
That was not good enough to me, and you shouldn't accept it as good enough for you. Get on one-on-one.
Yeah, imagine a female then being told, well, sorry, you can't play AFL or you can't play cricket past this age. You'd certainly hear about it.
We've continued to work so that no other 12-year-old boy has to hear that ever again.
Welcome back. It's half time. Both coaches are having their final words to their players. Let's go on court, 30 seconds to go. What do you want to see in the second half?
A bit more composure. As I've said, I think mainly picked up on it in the second quarter. Well, just touched on it a bit. But Queensland's composure is just second to none, almost, all the way up the court. They've just been able to weather the storm. And again, they're not really... They're giving them a bit of a sniff, but it's only been like a 1 or 2 minute run that South Australia are having. Their composure's been so good. South Australia just looking a bit scrappy. Its first or second phase has been cut off a bit more. So I'd just like to see a bit more composure from the Southern Dragons. What are you expecting to see, and what do you want to see from the Suns?
Well, I'd like to see them come out a bit more firing like they did in the first quarter. I think South Australia won that quarter by 2. They did a good job weathering the storm there. I'd just like to see a bit more steadiness in the attack. Just play what we call vanilla netball. Ezra's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make it through. That's probably not my one criticism, but one observation of these 23s is they're really looking for all the special specky stuff sometimes. I'd like to see them just stay in play, put their hands up and play some basic netball because they're incredible athletes.
Oh, wow. Speaking of, you're kidding me. How's that happen so quickly?
It's sensational.
But I think that's, unlucky. Unlucky from Maya Thompson, but I think that's...
what he's capable of. Ezra's, look at him. He's look at him and think he's hunting. He's got his head down. He's looking for an opportunity. He'll put his vertical jump up on the last.
Oh!
Johnson comes
well
through.
Well done from Chad Nelson.
Queensland coming out a bit more intent now. South Australia weathering the storm. Good job. Nice baseline cut. Great shot.
Good finish from Arlen. So it's back to 8 and it'll be a Queensland ball.
Queensland centre. They had the opportunity. They got the turnover and they made a meal of it. Stuck for an option. Morton comes forward. There's a nice baseline cut.
Good hands from Ethan Ashworth.
Put his hands in there. Queensland got stuck there. They didn't know quite what to do, did they? They had everyone on that side of the court.
Yep. But still not rushing it and not forcing a stupid pass. And just waiting for the right option. And Morton will take that.
Ezra's holding for the cross court. Looking for Mia to come forward. It's a bit of a casual release. South Australia may come up with it.
Bit stuck in the middle again.
Yeah, Newchurch had to make 3 or 4 leads to get that ball. But he comes up with it.
So Ben Davis popping front. And this will be a confidence booster. So it's back to 7 now with the South Australian ball.
South Australia back to 7. They really are chipping away at this. They haven't really got too discouraged. It's a real testament to them, really, isn't it?
I'll be complete. Oh, I think I'm not quite sure he knew what was coming towards him.
Yeah, I thought he thought the goalkeeper was coming out, so he had to try and just defend himself. Ends up as a Queensland ball. Great contest. That's what we want to see from South Australia, really getting in those contests.
Nice pop from Pio. Finding his man in Thompson.
Thompson, I think. Queensland being a little bit one-dimensional down there now. They're going to the top of the circle and waiting for Thompson to pop forward. I'd like to see Pio sweep the top of that circle and really create some openings. He's got the capabilities. He's an incredible athlete.
Bit late from Zaxon Hay.
Bit late, but you got to get under the skin, right? You can't just let the attackers do whatever they want.
Yeah. Make them earn it.
Make them earn it. Again, Thompson tries to pump forward. Gets the contact.
There'll be contact again, so maybe inch it forward.
Smart player, just really...
Just grinding away at it.
Yeah. Knows that he's in the right position.
So it's back out to 9, so how we started this quarter, the same lead.
3-3, plays 24. Dillick, what an effort. Put him under pressure.
Ben Ryan not happy with that call, thinking that possibly a contact, but umpire's in best position there.
Yeah, I thought it was a good call.
And just one thing that I've noticed off the last few centre passes is, again, the second guessing. There's a pocket drive that's been on the last 2 or 3 centre passes. Some good touch from Chad Nelson.
Yes.
It's been ignored from going into Arlen Davis just because of Leighton Johnson's presence. And they're just second guessing from how he started the first quarter and his capability.
Yeah, Nelson again, I really do like the way he goes about things. He's getting his hand to things, nice long reach. Causing a bit of havoc down here for Queensland.
Whatever he is again.
See, smart play, outside hand, just attacks the ball. Nothing too special, but makes it nice drive down the court. For me, he's been one of Queensland's best.
Definitely, in my books, I would say one of Queensland's best. Ethan Ashworth thought about having a crack at that one, but didn't.
Great pass by Ezra Tatia. Nia finishes off. Queensland weathered that little mini run from South Australia. Back out to 10, that magic number.
And it's just sort of been tinkering on that and hasn't really extended. It's gone away and come back, and then it's sort of, you know, got to within 7, then come back, and then got to 12 or 13, then come back. But about 10 is where it's just sitting at the moment. It's almost been, very level pegging at the moment.
I'd like to see Calizay take that baseline drive. There's a few times there where he's got the few front steps on the goal defence. The baseline's open. I'd like to see him charge down there and open it up.
Yeah. Oh, really good press from the Queensland defenders.
Great
Everything
marking.
ignored, no
yes,
options. There's PO again.
Sorry, well done, Calizay. Sorry, I am Queensland. If you can't know us already.
It was, though. I said the same thing, I'm pretty sure. And he's going to look to try and convert, and he finds his mate in Thompson up the other end. Doing it on both ends of the floor, and you expect that, and you hope that you don't get it all the time, but from your goal attack.
No, exactly.
Don't just try to do the fancy stuff inside the ring, but he's putting the defensive...
Yeah.
It is called for step, but doing all the hard yards up the court to try and get the ball back down there.
I think he can play probably any position too, Calizay. He can shoot, he's a defender, he's a mid-quarter. He's very, very versatile.
So athletic.
Yeah.
So athletic. Him and TT have been so impressive just watching them flying about.
Aren't they? Sensational. And I actually don't even think Calizay and Ezra know how good they are.
Nah.
I think they just don't know it as yet. They're great players, but I think when they realise how their potential, the sky's the limit for them.
Yeah, and what can happen, you know, with the skill set that they've got and how far they can go with their netball, it's very, very impressive.
Ruben Price doing a good job of tracking the wing attack. He's really working hard to try and shut down those options. Newchurch had to make 3 leads to get the ball. Great rebound by South Australia. Let's bring it back into 9. 36 plays 27. What's going to happen next? Calizay punches forward effortlessly.
Doing well to body out there, Maya Thompson.
Yeah,
just held his space. Just held his space so that PO could go over the back.
That's what I was looking for before, and they make it look good. That was well done.
Oh. Ooh. Just another forced pass. Didn't need to happen. So 11 the margin with 8 minutes to go. 7 minutes gone in the third quarter. Apologies.
Yeah, just needed a bit of balance on that, didn't they? They just needed to stop and balance and look for the right options.
Yeah.
Get caught up in the speed sometimes, easy to do, right? Ezra and Thompson have a great little connection, don't they?
Jeez, man. So classy. So classy. Just out of reach.
Yes, the goal defense is actually getting close. He's getting really, really close to it. Hope he doesn't get too discouraged. He's really in the play. Calizay sets for a penalty pass or shot. What does he do? He goes to the post, slots it.
So well done, South Australia ball, 13. The margin, the largest lead we've had for a little while now. Another forced pass, but luckily Chad Nelson's got the extension to take it.
Again, South Australia like that side of the court, don't they?
Yeah.
They tend to go down, but that width across really opens it up for them. I think it's actually onto the goal shooter. They're probably paying Queensland defence a little bit too much respect.
Yeah. Arlen Davis able to cut front, but I don't know about that. You don't know about it
either. I'm just like,
he's in everything.
He's in everything.
Just out of reach for Didlick. Jeez, these two defenders are...
The South Australians look exhausted down there.
They do.
Queensland defenders have been all over them.
Body language not looking extremely positive from the South Australians, especially when there's a grand final spot up for taking. 6 minutes 30 to go, and it's 12 the margin, 39-27 in favour of the Suns.
Credit to South Australia, though. They haven't dropped off the mark. They've just taken the first quarter under their belt, and they've come out and they've really chipped away at this. What have they got in the tank, though? They need someone to spark an intercept or something to get them a bit of a run on.
Goodness me. Didlick
attacks it.
Oh, contact on the... is that on the shooter?
Offside.
Oh, it's offside.
Offside. Put his little foot over. Quick outlet pass. Ruben Price. Great ball.
Oh, he stepped on very quickly, but managed to stay composed in the air and find PO. That'll be contact.
Unlucky.
On Ashworth.
Thought he had a good outside arm there, but... Again, Thompson being very smart, knows where his space is, drops it in the space. I mean, what do you do as a goalkeeper in that position, right? Like,
there's not much more you can do, and especially watching how
start throwing some elbows or whatever. So this pretty much.
But just watching how classy these two are, the goal attack to goal shooter combo. Oh, he might get up here.
Again, that's probably the second or third time Queensland got done with the push off. I think they're athletic enough to be able to take the ball without having to do that. P.O. has a crack at it.
Second too late for P.O. So now it's looking less like rush netball and a lot more like quicker netball for South Australia. The link-ups are there. They're able to actually look down the court and the players are ready two passes in advance, 1 to 2 passes in advance, reading off one another. Just simple netball that, again, the start of this game is really just taking them out of it.
Ruben personally gets it. I just think the only thing I think I'd like to see the South Australians do is look down to the post a bit sooner. They're coming down here, second or third phase, and they're not actually looking in. I think sign of a good goal attack or wing attack is to look to your post first, look at what's happening in the shooting circle before you look for the options outside.
Exactly.
If South Australia can do that, I think they might find some easier passage of play to their shooter.
Exactly right, and just it's too much. Not happy.
Right idea, just not the right execution.
$1 million idea, 10-cent finish.
Yep. Story of my life.
I'm going to commentate with you more. This is
fun.
No,
we think we're brilliant, don't we? We're the best guys going around.
Everyone else probably doesn't really.
Everyone's turned off by now.
Brilliant. Speaking of, actually, I should give a shout out to 2 of our 17s who are making the first grand final appearance, not just for themselves, but for the state in some years now. So, very big shout out to, that'd be to Will Pennell. So I was very happy to get him out to playing netball, men's netball when he was about 12 or 13. Well, I didn't get him out here. He got himself out here, but I was happy to coach him. So him and to Freddie Taylor, who've got the grand final tomorrow. You know what? Get into bed. You've got an early game. What are you doing up?
Exactly.
Go to bed.
I've seen both those boys play. Quite impressive.
Yeah, very impressive so
future
far.
Players ahead of them.
I think it'd be very interesting to see if I think maybe both of them have nominated for Sonic selection. So see how they go. I think they're both. Obviously, I've got the bias behind me, but I think they're a good sniff at. They've had a really good tournament. I've been very impressed with how the both of them have gone as well.
Absolutely.
So 3 minutes and some change to go. 42-28 in favour of the Queensland Suns. Just not able to capitalise.
Feels closer than what the score does, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
There we go. There's the outlet pass they need.
So that's exactly what you were talking about as well. Just look down the court. The speed into the circle doesn't always have to be when you're on the circle for the centre and wing attack.
Sometimes speed of release beats any defender rather than just a perfect place pass, and I think that's needed. Again, Queensland really clogging that middle channel. They're pushing them wide, aren't they?
Jeez, they really are. It's so impressive to watch. They're having to work so hard just to inch themselves forwards. And here's where, like what you were talking about as well, exactly, Arlen having to pop out, then goal shoot.
It's very persistent. I'm very impressed how persistent the South Australians are.
Oh, that'll hurt. No, he's okay.
All good.
He's too young. He's got rubber bones.
Too young. Best haircut on court by the while, don't you reckon? Yeah.
He does, I agree. He'll like that sax when he hears that back.
Yep. Great take. Again, Ruben, unsung hero, very quiet, going about his business there at wing defence. I think he's been impressive.
And they're making this court look so big.
Yep, the width. I'm really liking this style of play.
Really, it's really good to watch. I've just gone completely silent there, just in admiration of how easy they've made it look to get up the court. But just making the court look so big. And the South Australians really struggling, almost looking like they're chasing tail as it's extended out to 14 again.
I think they're still... See what they've got. They've got to try and get some turnovers here. Again, it's great touch. There's flashes of brilliance there, isn't there?
There are, yeah, there is. And it's those 50-50 contests that Queensland have been competing with the whole game that South Australia have been still competing with. Lovely double dodge to get into position.
Ezra makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
Jeez, his athleticism is so impressive. That's unbelievable.
Off the charts. Off the charts.
But again, very unassuming the way he looks like. He's just got a bit of swagger about him. It's just...
Yeah. A little while ago, we were at a tournament in Queensland where the boys were playing against some girls in a sort of exhibition game, and Ezra was there and he got knocked over on the court and he managed to, laying down, jump up onto his feet from his back into a somersault. It was the play of the game, as far as everyone else is concerned. I don't want to watch the netball after that.
These young kids, man, they've got rubber bones. I don't know how they do it.
Like some sort of gymnast as well.
40 seconds here to go in the third quarter. And still the same story as how we've gone the ending each quarter so far, the first and the second. Maybe a bit too much pepper on that steak, but just over the top for Maya Thompson. 30 seconds to go.
43 plays 29. 14 in it. Queensland get back, put their hands up. They really, actually, even from the first outlet, Queensland have got their hands up straight away.
That didn't look like the right option, but made it happen. And that's quicker. And
there we go.
So getting stuck on one channel, but really pretty netball is one of the prettier passages that South Australia have had for this whole game. A really, really pretty passage.
Speed of release down the court was impressive and opens up to the shooter. As a keeper, you got nothing to do when that goes down that quickly.
You can only do so much, but 43-30, Queensland still controlling this game. And it will have to be some sort of a miracle for South Australia to see this under-23 team see the grand final berth, but Queensland in control, 43-30.
That's how we go. Time for a break.
Thanking our weekly sponsor, Harrison's Kitchens. Looking for a new kitchen, a fresco kitchen, or a custom joinery item? Harrison's Kitchens and Cabinets are celebrating 20 years this year. 20 years of supplying and installing true custom joinery with you in mind. Kitchens and joinery. All budgets, many material options with many special rates for the South Australian netball community. Look them up on Facebook, Instagram, or search up www.harrisonkitchens.com.au.
Alrighty, ready for the last quarter. Coaches have had their say. Teams are back in their huddle. What are you wanting from South Australia in this last quarter, Lex Lockie?
Finishing off the tournament strong. Whether this is the end of the tournament or not, just finish it off strong. Finish off this quarter, and I think again a typical cliche in most sports, win this quarter. Looks like it's still the same 7 that have been on the court. Oh, not the start you want. Oh, a bit unlucky from...
Queensland looks shocked to have the ball. I think they got down for step. Or
was
offside.
it step or offside, or was there a contact inside the circle? Looks like there's a contact inside the circle. Outside the circle. Oh, I'm confused. What's happening?
We don't know what's going on with the commentators. Okay, lucky get for South Australia. They could have lost. Spills it there. They convert. Queensland opportunity. They made some shuffles. Jordan's out to wing attack now for Queensland.
Lovely screen off the centre pass from Pio to release Jordan. Oh, just beaten so quickly. Just beaten too quick. Bit of an elbow on the jaw there from Thompson. Hope he's okay.
Yep, brush it off, get back on with it.
Yep. Pocket drive from Arlen Davis. Not ignored. A lot of them have been ignored today from the presence of Leighton Johnston. And
Johnson in
fair
everything
enough.
again. He's got his hands in everything.
So he's been moved to the wing defence position.
Yeah, that's where he's probably played most of the tournament. He's
Okay.
been more of a wing defence, goal defence. It's the first time I've seen him at goalkeeper, but it's a very versatile team.
Yeah.
The coach is looking for options. I think I'd put him anywhere on the court, to be honest.
Lovely
Great
little bounce
drive
pass to
from Morton.
Oh, just proving too strong. Just finding his spots so well.
Well done, Mia Thompson. He's really commanded that back space and made a really easy job for his feeders. He looks fired up, yelling at his team to keep going. This Queensland team's fired up.
And it's out to 17. So this, I think now... No, hang on. My maths is really bad. What is it? Is it?
It's out to 13. Yeah, that's right. I can't see, so...
It's been a long week. It's been a very
It has been a long week. It's Friday. Almost
It
there.
is Friday, isn't it? Yeah. Started early with firstly having stomach cramps and eating too much chocolate at Easter, and then...
Dillick has another crack at it. He gets another touch on it. It comes off South Australia. He's done a good job.
Good take.
Let's see who's the driver. Jordan comes out. It gets ignored. Calizé puts a foot down in the circle. He was available. He does a front cut.
Nice footwork to get in front from P.O. Good touch from
great touch.
Ethan Ashworth. Saxon Hay doing the cleaning up.
I'd like to see Calizé go to post in that one. Take the pressure off Mia.
Arlen Davis is on there, ignored. Pocket drive.
Nice pocket drive.
Swing is on. If Arlen Davis can get in front, can't. But Ben Davis, why not keep calling him that?
Watson's on at goalkeeper. He's got a nice jump on him. He's had a really good tournament this week too, Watson. He's played a bit of goal attack, a bit of wing attack, and now he's in the defensive circle. He's got a great jump on him.
It's just ridiculous how versatile this Queensland Suns under the 23s team is. Good hands from Chad Nelson. That's what he does best.
Does, yes. Again,
that's...
Calizé finds it.
Just walking that in.
Yeah, that's a shuffle. I call that the Jerome Gilbard shuffle. He
Yep.
taught everyone how to do that for years. Just shuffle under the post and you watch him and look silly.
Let the ball do everything.
Yeah. South Australia again on one side of the court. They need someone to spring it. Watson's got good front position there. He's pushing the shooter high. He wants to convince him to go to the jump. He has a crack at it. Pass is too good.
So 46-34. Not really extending or shortening on this lead. Any team at the moment still saying relatively even.
No, that first quarter did it. Great dodge.
Just did a number.
So there's a Vicky Wilson dodge on the baseline there. Circa 1987. Well done, Mia Thompson.
He's so strong. He's quite proving to be quite athletic too. Like Ethan Ashworth has a bit of height on him, but he's getting him for rebounds and following up his shot a lot more. Oh, it could have been an ankle. Or something, bit of contact. It'll be Chad Nelson standing out.
Walk it off. That's it.
He's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Very unassuming. Good shooter. Knows his space well. Great talent. Oh, they did everything but go in.
So quite a lot of experience around the game, Maya Thompson, or?
Yeah, so these boys have been playing for a few years. They've done a couple of years in our 17s, even though we didn't get to tour. A lot of them have come from indoor netball, so they play a huge amount of their stuff in indoor netball, come across. So they've got a good fundamentals in the game. They come from good netball families.
Ben Ryan, good pickup.
Mia's dad was also going to play this year, but ended up couldn't come in. So his dad could have been in the tour as well. So very, very netball family.
Was he going to play mixed or opens or reserves?
Resis, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and pretty impressive player as well.
Yeah. Oh, just a bit too much, but...
Just a bit too slow. I thought the ball could have gone quicker.
Yeah.
Calizé opens
Composed.
up. I don't think he even got a sweat up, Calizé. Looks like he hasn't even raised a sweat at all.
I'm having to wring my shirt out at the end of the first quarter. That's unbelievable. He's gone almost a week of playing netball 2 games a day, and he's still looking all right.
Thompson with the crumbs again. He's always first to the crumbs. Great job again. He's got nice long arms. South Australia all caught up the top of the circle.
Not often you see a falcon. I don't know.
Yes, it's in the side of the face. Is that a falcon as well?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, great option.
Arlen Davis will take this in, walk it in, bring it to 12. 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes and some change to go in this last quarter. in the men's preliminary final.
Take out the score of the first quarter, it would have been a pretty close game.
Yeah, basically. But, I mean, unfortunately for the South Australians, and fortunately for, that's very offside, Ethan Ashworth trying to push him back onside. Bit too late, but luckily for the Queensland Suns, it is 4 quarters of netball that you have to play. And so far, with 8 minutes and 40 to go in this last quarter, it's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, it's easy to lose your concentration sometimes too when you get up for a lead like that. I thought they've done a good job just to keep up the intensity.
Yeah, absolutely.
South Australia have been really persistent. I have to give them credit. It's not hard to. It's really hard to come out in the game when someone gets to jump on you like that and to keep chipping away at it. And they really have. Really testament to them and their coach. They've really been chipping away. Just hasn't been their day.
Just hasn't been their day. And yeah, it was just from the get-go. It was just always going to be chasing tails. Of that first 5 minutes that you start off a game.
Great shot, Mia Thompson.
Now it's 14. There's a half century, 50 to 36. Now, when you're touring, how early, like when did you guys actually get to South Australia, get here in Adelaide? How has he kept that in?
And sensational.
When do you guys get to Adelaide?
We got here on the Saturday, the day before we come down.
Day before the tournament.
Yeah.
Is it because it's still Easter then? Is there a chocolate limit that you set, or is that just up to the coaches, up to the players, and you be responsible for yourself?
Well, yeah, it's up to the players really. We always leave it up to the teams to decide what they do. I totally forgot it was Easter, so that's how bad all business I am.
It's easy. It's easy to forget.
But yes, it's does make Easter celebrations a little bit difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's almost sucks the life out of Easter. Lots of boiled chicken, get the protein in, and not so much chocolate. It's not fun. We're not selling netball to you, are you guys? It's a great sport.
It's great.
It's just not as much chocolate around the tournament.
That's true.
Because it's always around Easter each year.
Around Easter. 7 minutes to go, 51 plays 37. Queensland looking steady. South Australia still hustling what they can do. Oh, I don't know who that was for, but it certainly wasn't for Jordan. He ends up with it. Great shot.
Out to 15. I think it's the biggest lead now.
Yeah. Queensland, Dedek still wanting to have action of the game coming through. Wouldn't be surprised if see Queensland might put some changes on to rest some legs.
Yeah, definitely. I think, look, it's dead and buried now. I think you maybe put on some players take off some players who you really want to save their legs for, especially the ones that can bounce around all game. And P.O. I think TT is off, is he?
Yeah,
TT is off.
Ezra's off.
Yeah.
Giving him a rest. Oh.
Good ball. Oh, hope he's okay.
Callum Brown's come on at goalkeeper. He's been playing a lot of goal shooter this tournament, but he had a good crack at that. Another very versatile player, comes from volleyball background. That was ugly.
But play on.
Play on.
Both players, mainly Didlick was appealing for something there, looking a bit proppy. Hopefully he's okay.
Both players were guilty.
Yeah, definitely. Have a crack at that, Jacob. Those are the.
Space. Let's let CPO let the ball go a bit quicker. He's got the speed of release. He's got the speed of foot, I mean. If he just had the speed of release to his game, he'd be unstoppable. That must be close to a short pass, but
nonetheless.
Again, what do I know?
15.
What?
For anyone listening, earlier on we've just pretty much self-proclaimed that we're both hacks at commentating and at being umpires. We're not umpires. Wait, are you an umpire?
Not a very good one.
So you do actually umpire. Okay.
No one asks me to umpire. It's always a last resort. That type of umpire, you know what I mean?
Do I have to?
Yes. Oh, God, he's on again. I haven't umpired for a while.
But it's still more than what I've done.
But yes, it's difficult. It's hard if you don't do it regularly. It's very difficult to get back in it. And really have great respect for these umpires.
And at this level too, it's so quick.
Yeah.
At a high level, hopefully Thompson's okay. Looks okay. Looked like he had a bit of a grin on his face. He's okay. For you Queensland
should go to the post on this one. Beautiful shot. Beautiful arc. Makes it work. Effortless.
Out to 17, so the lead just continues to grow. Southern Dragons' heads just looking like they're dropping at the moment.
And again.
That bit of pinball there. And Leighton Johnston winding up with it. Didlick playing basketball.
Sort of a workhorse there. He's been working really hard.
Yeah, just being.
Goal defense, I think, is one of the most difficult positions to play. Not only do you have to play hard defence and react and chase your play, then got to go into attack. It's very, very difficult to do.
And for 4 quarters in netball, when you're this far into a tournament and you've got that one last day, that's the most important day in the calendar for
the finals.
For the finals is hopefully his best netball still to come tomorrow as well. As Alan Davis's
shot.
Nice long bomb. So that'll be 39-55 in favour of the Queensland Suns, who have proved to be too dominating right from the get-go.
Intensity's probably dropped out of this game a bit, hasn't it?
It has
knows
a bit.
The results.
No, we know the results. I don't think we're... But still, I'm getting a touch.
Oh,
you're
no,
kidding.
We're nearly in the game.
Oh,
Damn it, there was contact. You obstructed me.
I did, I'm sorry. I'll stand out. I've been standing out next to you the whole game.
Thank you. Cut the ball back. I got obstructed. Thank you.
I think one of the best parts of this week as well is seeing that I think just almost like an unwritten... something that's unwritten is that how long these guys have been training and waiting to play at a national tournament, and any of those 50-50 balls where you sort of come a little bit too late and you knock someone over, you go to pick them up straight away, and it's just sort of, sorry about that, it was obviously unintentional, but
totally.
I haven't seen
rusty.
any. Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen anyone, get angry at those little things where it's been competitive, but it's easy to go from competitive to getting nasty. But these guys are such good competitors and just all around good people. There's been no niggly stuff from what I mostly. Oh,
Mostly.
Mostly.
There's probably been a little bit. There's, in every tournament there's bits and pieces that go on, but overall it's definitely been played in great spirit. And I think there's an overall appreciation from the players just to be able to be here.
Yeah,
exactly. No one ever would have thought that you would have 2 years without a national championships, and now that we're here, everyone's got that appreciation and respect that we once never had.
Yep. Because we've been
so privileged every year to have it.
And the mask law is only just sort of being relaxed here in South Australia, so we're still feeling it a little bit. I don't know what it's like in Queensland, but it's still
a couple of months behind us where we're going on things. So it's nice to not to have to panic about a few things at the moment.
It's tough. Lovely drive from. Is that a new man on the court?
It's Ezra.
Oh no, it's Ezra. He's just in a different position. He's in goal defence
now. Yeah, we'll put him back there for a while.
And we've got a new wing attack. We do have a new wing attack in.
It's Watson. Watson's gone from goalkeeper to wing attack.
I'm all over the shop here. I'm so bad with names.
That's right. Also, you'd notice the Queensland bibs, there are Indigenous bibs this year, so they've got the Indigenous print on the inside of them. It's a tribute to Thomas O'Reilly, who passed away in January. He was one of our Queensland Suns coaches and did a lot of work with our regional teams, and fortunately lost Thomas in January. So his family's print for his family's mobs print on the bibs.
So on the bibs.
It's great to have Thomas here how we can in this tournament, and every player have a piece of Thomas with him.
And I was having a chat to Max commentating one of the other games, to Max, who's your tour manager, the Queensland Suns tour manager, and just picking her brains and on air and off air, listening to how important Thomas was to netball. We do have a few tributes on here as well, which I was just looking at beforehand, but how important he is to you guys. And I think he did a lot for development as well, and for a lot for the Indigenous communities around Queensland.
We've got 3 regional sides here this year, and that was tribute to Thomas. Thomas's idea to go regional and find some teams. We thought he might find a handful of boys, but he found 40 of them, made 3 teams of them. So he's been with the Suns for a long time, really well respected. It's a big loss for the boys, and they all wanted to play for him this week. So it's glad that we've got part of him on the bib, and unfortunately, while he can't be here, I'm sure the boys have done him proud.
I'm more than certain that the boys have done Thomas proud, and he's looking down on them because they've had such an immense tournament with so many young players.
Yep. 10 seconds on the clock. We're almost done. Mia pulls in a miracle ball. They go into PO. Oh, they're going to go razzle-dazzle for the end.
Razzle-dazzle for the end. Couldn't quite get it.
Couldn't quite get it.
But well done to the Queensland Suns under-23s team, who are walking straight through. Well, not straight through, but they're into a grand final.
They need to keep that up for next week, tomorrow against Victoria. It's going to be a tough game. Well done to South Australia for staying in this game. It's easy to get dejected when the team gets a jump on you like that, but full testament to them. They chipped away. Thank you for commentating with me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Steve. Congratulations to the Queensland Suns in through to the grand final in the 23 and under competition.
And see you next time. Thanks, guys.
See you next time. Thank you.
In sport, there are the elite, the ones who give their all for a place at the top. They are the ones who rise to the occasion.
The 2019 Men's Open Australian Championships.
This is exactly what we wanted, putting men's netball on the map.
There's so many people that have come before us, there's so many people that are going to come after us, but we're part of that foundation, you know, we're building it to be whatever it becomes.
You have to put your heart on the line, and you have to be a team person first.
That was not good enough to me, and you shouldn't accept it as good enough for you. Get on one-on-one.
Yeah, imagine a female then being told, well, sorry, you can't play AFL or you can't play cricket past this age. You'd certainly hear about it.
We've continued to work so that no other 12-year-old boy has to hear that ever again.